All right, my friends, this is the live stream for the S&P 500 Spider ETF SPY one-day reading for August 19th, 2025. So if you're following along on the Discord, then you've exited right at the open from the short position that we opened right at the close yesterday. It's a pretty decent profit. We went from roughly 643 to 642. You know, not a huge gain, but still gain is gain. And this is probably going to go to the downside. It's pretty mixed. We have price swings, as you can see here in the open, but we've got conflicting energies. The Aeon card pushing the upper end of a range higher is crossed with the energy from the Tower card. So there's a significant move to the downside here. I would just play the swing. And if you're just watching now and you're in your short position, I would close out of that short position. We're going to have opportunity to open a long position in a little bit after this price swinging. Kind of like when it's price swinging, it's almost like it's not uncertainty, but it's hard to determine if it's up before down or down before up in a lot of cases because the energies are stacked on top of each other. So play it safe. Close the short that we opened from the prior day right at the close. And we'll basically be looking to enter into a long position roughly around 10 to 11 o'clock. Now, if you're new to the channel, guys, it's important to understand we're doing the hour by hour sequence of chart events. The timing is usually on point to the hour, sometimes even the minute. But there are also cases where you need to give the reading, one of these one-day readings, plus or minus 1 to 2 hours of wiggle room. And the reason being is that these cards going across the screen left to right are what we call timeline cards in the system of Veso meta-analysis. They represent 1 hour of time each, but not each card's energy will necessarily line up perfectly with 1 hour of time. But for that, in some cases, you need to allot for the wiggle room. That's why it's super important not to trade this information alone. You should only be trading this information if you have access to our early access subscription. Where we have the live Discord trade alerts for swing trades and day trading SPY, as well as the chart drawings. As you can see here, people have these chart drawings live as part of the early access subscription. So I'm going to go show you guys how to get all that at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. And with that said, let's get into it. So we have overall theme and chart behavior for the day. The science card indicating an important technical price level on a multi-day scale, probably like at least a 1 month scale. It's nullified, however. Hard to read the science card when it comes to nullification, but it could be saying to me that that price level does not hold. I think that's what it's saying. That price level does not hold. Sometimes the science card is a high. Sometimes the science card is a low, but it's not its most natural meaning. It's very often an important technical price level on a multi-day scale, and I say multi-day because we're looking at it on the scale of a 1 day chart, and the science card will indicate a larger scale magnitude of importance than whatever the reading that it's in, if that makes sense. All right, so behavior around the highest high. We've got the prudence card also nullified, another difficult card to read when nullified, but it's some sort of tricky chart behavior, multiple false tops or bottoms or some swinging, something going on there that could make us do the wrong thing impulsively near the high. Often it'll be like, in a lot of cases, it'll make it look like we're going higher, but that's more so the devil card. So let's just be mindful, be very cautious near the highs. There's a good trade opportunity at the highs. Behavior around the low, we've got a failed attempt to break through key resistance, followed by a decline through key support into the low. And it looks like it's a failed attempt to break through resistance at that important technical price level that we were talking about, or the low for the day is going to be, more likely the low for the day is going to be at an important technical price level. Interesting. As far as the 1 month goes, guys, the sequence of chart events, it actually looks to me like we're a day ahead. For the 19th, we've got the completion card at the end of the day. On the 1 month, the 20th is the completion card. But when we go into the card for the 18th, we have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands was the 19th. We also have, on the 19th at the end of the day the Hierophant card, which is a cross-reading congruency for the 21st here. So about a day ahead on the sequence of events, meaning that we could be seeing this low here, the low that we have indicated for the 20th or the 21st. It's possible it ends up being on the 19th or the 20th. I don't think, and for those of you that haven't been following around on Discord, sometimes these lowest low indicators end up being just significant lows. My sense is that, first off, I was off this month about the low. I read this card wrong. I mean, it's Mercury retrograde. It's bound to happen. But the reading shows very clearly the low for the month. It's right here at the very beginning of the month. So this low that we see on the 21st is very likely just going to be some sort of significant trough that'll stand out. It already is standing out as a significant trough on a 1 month scale, but probably even deeper. It's possible you could open a partial long here, but I would stay safe and wait for the opportunity that I see in the not too distant future, because it's a clearer, less risky opportunity. We're advised to trade around an important peak that we sell off from. That's on the scale of a 1 day chart. Important peak that we sell off from pretty notably, and you can see how that, first off, there's an important peak right here that we sell off from pretty notably. So we're probably what'll happen is we'll have, like, we went from price swings, which is the pre-market card, the Dominion card, often in talking about price swings. There was a drop there into the open, drop at the open, and then there should be a notable move to the upside, pushing the upper end of the range higher out of this move down, big move to the upside, taking us into a peak. Yeah, it's probably going to be a breakout, actually, guys, past this price level here of 643. We'll create a peak where we'll break through resistance. We'll stay above it briefly, and then we'll break down through it shortly thereafter with a full retracement. It looks like I may be having some sort of connectivity issue on my stream, guys. So I'm gonna pop off and pop back on, and hopefully that's gonna fix the